Let's look at the ways a synthesis essay is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This analogy of a synthesis essay being like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is one that's been floating around for a little bit. I heard about it at the AP reading when I've been an AP reader, and it's one that I thought really made sense. So, we talk about a synthesis essay. A synthesis asks you to express a claim on a topic and to highlight the relationships between several sources that support or challenge your claim. You have your claim, and your claim interacts with other sources. Think of a synthesis essay as an argument essay with sources given to you. College Board has done some of the research for you. A synthesis essay is not a summary, and this is one of the main defining elements between a good synthesis paper and one that might not get a passing score. It is you entering into an academic conversation. That's what a synthesis is. In a conversation, sometimes you agree, sometimes you debate, and often you do both. You will do that with the sources provided and your own argument. So you are interacting with sources, not just showing them to us. So here's the analogy. A synthesis should be like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The topic sentence with a claim connecting to your thesis, well, that is a piece of bread. The cited evidence from one source with context and analysis, well, that's some peanut butter. The jelly here cited evidence from a different source with context and analysis interacting with your claim and the other source. Your knife spreads it all together, and that is a connection to an example you contribute and or commentary about the issue as you enter into that conversation with the other sources. You come in there with your knife and you smear it around. You combine and you discuss. Another piece of bread is that connection back to your topic sentence, to your thesis. Then there's the plate. Use your confident academic style as you present your argument in the body paragraphs. It puts it all together. So ultimately, you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All of the elements come together for this. We don't want one body paragraph about source A. That's just a peanut butter sandwich. We don't want a separate body paragraph about source B. That's just a jelly sandwich. We don't want just our ingredients kind of there. Instead, we want them interacting with one another. Part of a good synthesis is that interaction. Part of a good sandwich is that interaction. What we want is this. This is what we want. We want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All of the ingredients combined together. It works. It just works. The peanut butter works with the jelly. It works with the bread. It's been all smeared around. This is what we want from a good synthesis. While you're composing your synthesis essay, phrases or sentences like this can help you as a writer guide yourself towards synthesis, but they can also help your readers understand that you're synthesizing. You might have something like, well, source indicates blank and another source's name argues blank. They both succeed in acknowledging that. What a sentence like this does is shows that there might be some differences. That's what the while indicates, but you're also saying that they both succeed in acknowledging that. You're bringing them together. You might have something like, starting with your argument so that you take the lead in this conversation. So whatever your claim is, as source makes clear by pointing out blank, and another source also clarifies by adding the idea that blank. So you have your two sources here, in this case, agreeing and adding on to what your claim is. If you have sources that disagree with one another, you might have something like, though whatever the source is, highlights blank, another source contrasts that blank. That way, you're showing that you're aware of how these ingredients of one source and another can interact with one another. Just like there are a variety of ways to make a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like the artisan ones over there or the Uncrustable, that's true of your essays as well. There's a variety of ways to make a good synthesis, but you do want to make it into a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You have your claim. It interacts with a source that interacts with another source, all coming together to make something new and wonderful, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.